Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the What's Poppin' podcast. I am Deja Perez. I am joined by my very special ladies, also known as the District Queens. Why don't we introduce ourselves? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I am Yaya. I like to sing.
And I am Yasmin of Darker Berry.
Yes. I am Joy, and Joy Curves.
Hi, I'm Tiffany, Policy and Fashion.
Yes. Okay. So let's start by talking about what the whole organization is about.
Yeah, definitely.
Basically, it's about, four young ladies coming together and basically collaborating over competition. It's basically just coming together and just showing that we can operate. There are differences, we're able to put aside and bring diverse within the group and just really show the world like, wow, they really pressing through. And I think our message is really getting across because we was publicized in Plus Magazine as showing like, wow, as being one of the 5 groups. Like, wow, these ladies are popping and going. We have several, a few engagements coming up. So, we really getting our message across, basically being collaboration over competition.
And I think it's so dope, like how you guys all work together, you bring your strengths together, but can you give everyone a little bit of breakdown of what each one of you does individually? Does that make sense?
Correct.
Okay.
So, we're all bloggers. So, I will say, first and foremost, the whole idea of District Queens was, to make a blogger family and community, right? So, we all have our own personal business ventures with that. And I feel like we all have our own personal strengths. So, I'll be like, Ya's ops to me. She's like, anytime I'm going to read the contract, I'll see what they say. But I think, I don't know, we all have our own strengths in terms of what we know in terms of blogging, coming together to figure out how can we monetize our own personal blogs as well. So we bring different strengths to the table in terms of Joy is I feel like the master networker. So when we do go out, she's always like, hi, I'm Joy from Enjoy Curves. So it's just bringing all of that full circle. So Yasmin's been bringing in the fitness and the natural hair part of it. So it's making us more than just fashion, right? It's all about a lifestyle of being a fabulous, curvy woman.
So how did this collaboration come about? Did you guys go to school together? How did this happen?
It actually happened really organically because we all met separately at different events, and then we had one big event with Eloquy when they came and opened their store up in DC. We were all attending the event, and then we just took this picture, and then Joy invited all of us.
So this is new.
Yes.
It's within the year.
Coming up on our year anniversary.
1 year anniversary. Yep. So Joy invited all of us out, and she just had this great idea. All of us just coming together and doing a lot of positive things together, and that's how District Queen just came about.
I want to add to what Yasmin's saying, because when I brought everybody was like, "Oh, okay, what are we here for?" Everybody was skeptical. They was like, literally and it took a lot of pushing. They was like, okay. But now I can really say thank God for all of them, and we really taking this, the net by storm. But we want to go above that. Hey, if you hear us out, we trying to bring coins in. We trying to really
get a check.
Yes. And I don't pay my rent with air, so I understand. I completely understand. Okay, so when I met you guys, we were actually at someone's fashion show.
National Day of Curves.
National Day of Curves. Yes, I'm going to hell for not remembering that. I apologize. But yes, so, and Yaya and I got talking, and I was explaining to her that I really am passionate about trying to help change young girls' images of themselves. So if you guys can kind of talk about your experiences with helping young girls change their body image. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I am part of the National Black MBA Association, and one of their organizations is the Leaders of Tomorrow, which is a group of high school students that we mentor on various topics, usually, school and personal issues. So we have a lot of young ladies in the group, and then we do constantly talk to them about self-esteem, and especially now social media safety, because, all of them have Instagram accounts, and it's just as teenagers, they really have to be careful because it's an open web, so they can be contacted by anybody. So we really stress upon
and
them.
also you posted today, and even though you can quote unquote get rid of it, but in 5 years when you're applying for this corporate job and they pull it out, what happened when you was 17 though?
Exactly. And we talk to them about that too, because you can post something today and then be applying for colleges next year, and then some of those issues may come back
Which
up.
is crazy that now college is as part of their reviewing candidates for applications, they check the social media, so that could be a deal breaker.
Yes. social media is huge now. So we really have to
So
teach our
happy he
young
wasn't
people.
around when I was younger.
Right.
So happy.
Indeed. Okay, so I know that you guys are usually pretty active in the city. What you mentioned some events that are coming up. What are some of the events that you guys have coming up?
Well, we have an event coming up on April 15. We're partnering with District of Curves. We're on the panel
And they're
of the brunch.
fabulous, by the way.
Awesome. And we're blessed. Yes, 100%. Well, we're truly blessed when Mickey came to us and asked us what he liked for us to be part of the event, and we said sure. So he put us in the capacity of being part of the brunch. So we're talking about body positivity and just showing people they're getting to meet district queens, getting to meet the four, because when you meet one, it's like, oh, you're part of the district queens, so it really brings a good highlight to the whole organization. So, and then we're collaborating and working on our first year event coming up. The details are still being worked out, but we try to make this a blastful event,
So what, as it should be, what are some of the things that you can encourage people to help, like as a grown woman? And part of the reason I think I love, District Curves and all of these full-figured events is because I struggle with it personally, right? And part of the reason why I wanted to help young girls is because I feel like it's selfish, but I thought I'd kind of be helping me while I was helping them, and and all that kind of mushed into one. But I feel like if I had maybe addressed some of my issues when I was younger, then maybe I wouldn't have had them older. You know what I mean? But I also didn't grow up in the day and age of social media telling me you're fat, you're this, you're that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. But what are some of the things you tell people to try to get over their body issues?
I know one thing that I stress to people and just let them know is to take your time getting to know yourself, because we're so bombarded by different images on social media and everywhere else that it's just like you're so quick to try to conform to a certain type of look that's not really you. So take the time to figure out what style works best for you, like what look you want to go for, and just maybe that might take trying out different stores or different outfits and different looks or anything like that. But it's just just take your time with it. Don't try to force yourself into an image that you think other people want you to have. Like, be true to yourself and your own image.
I do think representation matters, which is another reason why we came together, to show women that you can be positive, you can be confident, and be curvy. Don't be ashamed of yourself because you may not look like the people that you see in the magazines. So we definitely want to encourage people to be confident and to love your body no matter how you look, no matter what size you are. I say, style has no size, and we really want people to embrace that.
Yeah. I mean, it really goes back to loving you. So what is it that makes you amazing? And as many things as we say, I want to change this, I want to change that, there are some things that make you uniquely you, and that you really have to own that and be okay with that. Everyone is different, and don't worry about even what your family say about how you should look, because which is hard though. I mean, let's be honest.
We get it personally. I get it from my mom. My parents are like, "Oh, we're worried about your weight." And I'm like, you guys act like I'm sitting at home eating Bonbons. I don't. I'm like, you don't know how I eat, I work out and stuff like that. So it comes even from family. Yeah. And you have it can definitely be hurtful, and you don't know how to deal with that, especially if you're younger and you live at home and there's no place you can go. I live on my own, so if I don't want to hear, I'm like, all right, bye mom and dad. I'm like, that's why I don't see y'all that much. No, but I mean, it's hard if you're younger and you get that from your family. So.
But I also like to say practice. We can preach it, we can say it all day, but if you don't internalize and practice that I am beautiful, this is just who I am.
So I'm going to ask you a very real question. I'm going to try to do this shit without crying.
Okay.
But it's cute to say it, but at what point do you believe it? You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm beautiful. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But honestly, there is some stuff we need to be real with ourselves. We may need to talk through this with a therapist. There is a lot of baggage. Everybody has their own little book bag, right? Of things that people have said to you, shit that people have said over time. People can remember something somebody said to you at 8, 18, 28, 38, and we really need to unpack that. So as an older woman, I realized, Tiffany, I'm not an older woman, but as in my adult age, I'm just like, I need to go to counseling. I need to talk about what people have said about me and really unpack that. So I think there are things that we're holding on to that we have refused to let go of. And I think that is a first step. Before you try to get other people to convince to love you, you have to love yourself. And that means unpacking your shit with somebody. and you have to work on it. But when you start internalizing these things, it's only going to make it worse.
Correct.
And it's not easy to just as you said, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a week. It may take you years to get to the point where you're fully comfortable with yourself. So that's why you got to take your time with yourself and just kind of just enjoy the process. And you're going to have days where you feel like you're Beyonce, and on other days you just going to feel like I don't even want to go outside right now. So it's just like you have to accept the trials and tribulations of this journey.
I think it also is important that you build a tribe that is going to build you up. Like when you have those days that you're feeling down, or somebody talked about your weight or whatever, you have a friend, girl, let me tell you, and they can like build you up. You need somebody who is going to be there to listen to you, keep it real with you, and also be able to encourage you when you're not feeling like your pretty self.
Yeah, because you can't disown your family, right? So
Right.
somebody's saying that you did, I don't know, but you can keep them at afar in some way. But if you have negativity coming from you from multiple locations or multiple types of people in multiple venues, like you have to start reevaluating.
So the crazy thing, right, is, and this is not the world revolves around Deja, I understand that, but like, I feel like my parents were completely supportive, completely loving. Like I never got any of that from them, you know what I mean? And I feel like it wasn't until, I mean, I went to school with a lot of non-brown. And, you know, so as you're, you know, developing your image of self, you know what I mean? I think originally my ideal of beauty wasn't like a curvy girl. It was like a more straight down, you know what I mean? And then I had all this, and I was like, and it was smaller then, but I still had all that, you know what I mean? And I was like, ugh, you know what I mean? And then I got to college, and then I became a woman, and then this filled out even more, and I'm like, God, stop, like, make it enough, you know what I mean? So for me, I feel like my issues aren't necessarily external. It's me being really mean to myself, you know what I mean? And I try to be mindful and correct the behavior, or recognize that what I'm saying is really nasty, and like what I allow myself to say to myself, I would never allow, and I would never allow someone to speak that to someone else, you know what I mean? Like, but it's crazy that you just allow it and take it, and it becomes your norm. So I don't know, like I was in therapy for a while, and my therapist would be like, stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful.
Yeah, you have to surround yourself with positive things, because you know whatever you put into your brain, you're going to start believing that. So you have to surround yourself with positive things. And if there's negativity in your life, if you can, you know, limit it. Yeah.
Negative attracts negative, right?
Yeah.
So if you're out here trying to date whomever, people get those vibes. They can feel those waves and vibrations about somebody who may not like themselves enough. And some people see that as easy prey.
Right.
Like, let me just come and
take advantage.
But you have to build those affirmations for yourself, because at one point you're going to feel great, but something so easy is going to come and knock you down. So it's a constant, because I know we all dealt with it. I know you feel like you're on top of the world. Somebody could come and say something, but you got to be ready. You see, even though you may feel at a point where I'm just strong and I could take it and I'm good, I'm great, I feel fine. But someone says one word, that one word could dictate your whole cycle. Like it triggers you. Correct. Yeah. So you will have to be able to get in that zone, you know, and it's almost like, I'm an educator, so I teach my kids game day has nothing to do with practice. So we could practice all day. Your worst could show up. Your best could let you down. So at the end of the day, you got to be ready. And at the end of the day, I don't know what ready looks like. I could tell you, I could teach you CPR all day, but when that situation comes, you frantic, you all over the place. But it takes practice. Every day is going to come down. So today, this guy may, say something negative to you. You be like, oh, that's good, move on. But another chick may come and say something. You be like, hold up, wait. I was expecting this broad to come left, but now the next broad come. You take your time because I don't have the answers for everything. But eventually, I have to be able to be prepared for it. And I don't, proclaim to be no psychist, no doctor or nothing. But at the end of the day, we just have to, really have a self-talk. Really encourage ourselves internally, because I know a lot of people look at us and they say, wow, and I love the comments, and we thank God for our followers, and they give us great compliments, but we have to encourage ourselves. We go through a lot, as individual, but we have to make sure we portray that and really speak what we're talking about, just be the example. So all I could, not tell anybody, practice. And the practice just comes, just be strong.
Because people always praying on your downfall.
Come on.
And life is all about how you react to things.
Correct.
People always gonna say mean stuff to you. So it's like you have to start
Especially in this day
controlling
and age.
your
Correct.
mindset. And I mean, even on social media, it's terrible.
Especially
Correct.
on
social
It's
media.
terrible. Because those are like
Real
the
correct.
internet
Yes.
thugs, right?
Yeah.
The internet
Yes.
thugs are out the trolls, and people say mean stuff under my comments. I just swipe delete.
Correct.
So people,
But
Correct.
when you swipe, delete, and block, do you ever sit like? Are there some that get through like, damn? You know, I've kind of felt what they said. Do you ever feel like that, or you just swipe delete?
I feel that, but I
don't feel it.
don't fight it, because at the end of the day, you're not going to win. We can go back and forth, because at the end of the day, you can't dictate this. I mean, I can't fight everything, or else I'm gonna break myself down. I'm gonna look and say, okay, and move on. It does. I'm not even gonna lie, it do. But then at the end of the day, I'm just saying, okay, fine, move forward.
and for me, I'm like, it's these people that got no life.
Correct.
Right.
Like, I have so many friends and family who love me and love who I am,
know
and
you.
they love Tiffany. They know me. Whoever this person is in Timbuktu, I don't even
Correct.
know you.
Correct.
And clearly, you don't have no life because you at home writing mean stuff under people's comments,
Right.
under people's pages.
Well,
Correct.
I definitely had an experience where I had someone, a very handsome guy, send me a message, and he slid in my DMs and everything.
The
And at that
DMs
time,
so
I
real.
had just gotten out of a long relationship, so I was, kind of out there testing the waters. And it's like, our conversation was good at first, and then it's just like, he started getting inappropriate. I was like, okay, well, you're not going to talk to me this way. And then he was like, well, I don't want your fat self anyway. And I was just like,
Whoa.
wait a minute. If I scroll back a couple of lines,
You
wanted me.
You was checking me
wanted me. But then
at
it's just like-
7:57. You was saying my booty was bad.
But it's just like, I remember that incident so vividly, because it's just like it really hurt me at that time, and it's just like, and then I took a screenshot of the message, and I had a moment where I just had to keep looking at it. I'm just like, this is not my life right now. Like, I cannot let somebody that I never met, I don't know, all I see is just like his Instagram, and I can't let him just say this one thing and then automatically it's just like I'm completely broken. Like, but it's just like, but it hurts sometimes. People are gonna say things and it's just like it hurt, and then you just you have to take the moment, step back, and just like collect yourself.
So what always strikes me as odd, right, is that someone can slide in your DMs, they can want to holler, whatever, and I feel like the minute that things aren't going their way, it does become you fat bitch. But you don't know, you didn't say shit about my personality, like you know what I mean? Like, you automatically go to this one thing that you take as negative. You know what I mean? And it's not necessarily negative. Like, hell, we supposed to have meat on our bones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how much is relative? You know
land.
what I'm saying? But we supposed to have meat.
And that's that's just another insecure person, right? So if they feel hurt by something, maybe your
rejected
reaction or
them.
something, they feel rejected. So all people know how to do is hurt people. And
Correct.
hurt people.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So that really is just how the cycle goes. You feel insecure about yourself. You're hiding behind your maybe DMs trying to catch somebody.
Yeah.
And you don't like something I say, and then it's like, oh, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
I had that happen to me with a guy that I knew.
Oh.
And I was trying to get at him, and he said no, and he went off and called me fat and all that, and I was like, at first it shocked me because I was like, nobody has ever talked to me like that before. And then finally, when I got it together, I like went off on him because my mouth could be just as like bad, so I went at him or whatever. And then we didn't talk for 6 months, and 6 months later he comes back and he tried to holler at me, and I was like,
what?
I was like, do you not remember? He tried to pretend like, oh, that didn't happen, I don't remember. And I'm like, no, I remember, because nobody ever talked to me like
Come on.
And now every 2 years he comes and he'll try to holler at me, and
It's too late, boo-boo.
I love that I can turn him
Too
down.
late,
I'm like,
boo-boo.
nope.
Yeah.
Not even interested.
Too late,
I'm like,
boo-boo.
I
Too
will
late.
never forget
So
that.
do you feel like men, and I haven't like dated in a long time, right? But do you feel that men have, particularly smaller men, have a fascination with wanting to be with a larger woman?
like small?
Like small in stature.
Yes.
Like, I just want to see what a big girl's like. You know what I mean? Like that thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's Joy's forte. that's
Oh, no. I'm
you
just
like
say
the
that,
skinny.
yeah. I don't do short and big guys. I'm sorry. I mean, no.
Short and big? You mean short and big?
Short, big.
I don't
short
do
guys,
big.
You don't do
and I
short guys,
big.
and I don't do big guys.
guys.
Oh, okay.
Correct,
Those are two
correct.
separate things.
And it seems like those are the ones that come to me. And you have to ask these questions. Why are you into big girls? Oh, you just so plump. You just more juicy. And of course, everything is sexual. So it's like, okay, great. Moving on. Tell me something else. It's like I could write a book about it. I don't know why. I guess they just feel empowered. That I'm
conquering you.
correct. You know, I don't know the confidence, but
I think it's because the short men have a complex, right? Because most women
Napoleon.
want a tall man. So it's like,
do.
oh, well, you're fat and I'm short, so we both got deficiencies, so this should work.
correct.
And I feel like that's how.
Yeah, I know, right? That's
Like,
That's right.
I don't know if it's deficiencies, but we both have something that,
We're insecure about.
or people have
There you go.
concerns about
Okay,
that maybe
fair
not is something that's attractive in modern day society. A short
It's societal
man
norms.
is societal norms. You're larger and I'm shorter. Okay, well maybe this can work,
correct.
and that's an assumption.
I like 6 feet and above.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. Skinny man all day. What? Take a stick. And I'm a sports fanatic.
I don't really think it matters to me, because to me, I need
It
to know more
matters.
about your character.
Yes.
I need to know about your ambition.
And that's gonna come,
need to
and I
know about
totally
your
agree.
Cash flow, because I don't even want to talk to you if you don't have
Such a
employment.
cash flow.
No, I agree. No, I agree on that. But at the
If
same
you don't have
time,
employment, if you are one of these homeless people, and I am going to say this, these men that's living with people just to have shelter
I
because they
do
don't
know a
have
few of
means to
those.
live alone.
I know a few
check,
of those.
check.
Yeah.
But no, I totally agree with you, Tiff. I totally agree with you. But the attraction, I gotta
Right.
at least like
Right.
you. Now we could sit and do the Q&A. You know, if you don't got a job, car, house, I mean, there's some things I gotta alleviate because my
Right.
house is not a hotel. You know, my car's not Uber. You know, my bank account's not for 2 people. You know, so I gotta be attracted. So once now we sitting at the table, we can have this conversation.
playing field.
Correct.
Right.
Now it's a whole nother playing field.
So
No,
you
no,
said
no,
no,
no.
you doing
Just
the
because they
Q&A
tall
first?
and thin,
I need to know this information up front.
Oh no, we're gonna get it up front, but I gotta get to you first.
Why invest? Because you can
100%.
you can look like Trey Songz, you can be Poppy, you can be Idris Elba, but if you don't have no job, you cannot. We
And
can't
I'm
even
with
walk
you.
to CVS.
It's just that.
I'm with you.
I mean,
I am
it's-
with. But see, at
my
the end of
house
the
might
day,
be
they
a
could
hotel
tell you
for
all
But
that.
isn't that partially also right? But isn't that partially because we're grown? Like I feel like at 21 that might be cute.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? But a little bit after 21, it ain't cute no more.
Yeah, it's
like
not.
once you get to our, late 20s, 30s, and everything, you want to settle down. So it's like if I'm dating you for the intentions of marrying and starting a family and everything, I need that secure. I need that foundation so that I can
know that you can be
I know
Correct.
that we can buy a house together, we can raise a child together, and not have
Correct. Come on.
Yeah.
Good
That
credit.
you
Yeah.
can write your name down on something.
Come on.
Right.
But see, now, thank God, the Google. I can put your name in. Let me see your card. You can put it in if something come up. I mean, check. Come what?
Yes.
Hey, it gets you 75% without paying.
you
I
work.
know.
It's
Without
not
paying.
felony? No,
Oh,
thank
come
you.
on. What's
Felony,
like?
we can't even travel.
What?
Can we travel?
And can I just say, thank God for iPhone? Blocked. The game is strong. And you gotta. It's sad that you gotta do these type of things with men. And I'm not saying women don't do it, but I'm heterosexual. Strictly dickly, sorry. But yeah.
Me too.
And men, you have to sit here and really play the game, because I have a list of questions in my head, and I agree with you, Tiffany. Yes, but I have to sit here and say, okay, so how many kids do you have?
Yes.
Are you really married?
And you
Yes.
see all that,
No.
and see, but you got to take it in
Yes.
stages. See, I can't bombard you because men. They can't hear all that. I taught all boys, 26, right? And people say, how did you do it? Because it's very simple. Stand up. Push the chair in. It's complex. Girls stand up, sit down, move the pencil, and come back down around.
They
done
can do
it real
multi-step.
quick.
They can do
run
multi-step.
for it.
Boys
So
need
boys
one.
are just men. You have to do that. I can't bombard you all that. So now I got to sit and digest. And it's sad to say, even if they're in Wall Street or they working at CVS, men are men. You have to do this for everybody, because if they have 6 kids and they're not taking care of them, and that's the.
6 kids is just too much anyway.
But see, some people
We
are
ain't
spreading
never
their
gonna have no
small-
money.
We
We
never
never gonna have.
And if we get married, that's my check. Uncle Sam goes.
Fine.
But they just letting they.
No. Just
And
say
that's
no.
out there. Sad to say, it is out there. And if you're not on
Yes,
social
we
media,
actually know some
who are
people.
you running from?
So it's interesting, right? My best friend at home, her and her husband are not on social media. It's just not the thing that they want to do. But they're very private, you know what I mean, which makes sense. And they don't want other people taking pictures of their kids, and which I understand.
Yeah.
But that's a decision that they've made.
As a couple.
Correct.
Who are not on social media.
Yeah.
Who don't care about being on social media.
So do you don't subscribe to her thing? Like you aren't looking at him sideways if he doesn't have social media?
Because most of the guys that I have dated are on social
Me and my
media.
boyfriend
They may have
What's their rationale?
They just they're just not into it. It's just not their thing. They might have Facebook, but Instagram and all that, No, it's
when
too
it
much.
comes to social media and relationship, I'm also, just kind of real careful with that. My last relationship lasted 7 years. I didn't post him until our 5th year anniversary because I just did not want to just because of my blog, I post constantly and people are, are taking part of my life. So it's just like, before I share this guy with you guys, I want to be 1,000% sure that, that he's going to be here and he's going to stick around. Granted, we broke up 2 years after that. But still, it's just like, I've never wanted to be one of those couples who like every single day, every time, we're out, me and Bae.
So the thing is, when you do that, when you post every single day, like, this is me and Bae at Chipotle, this is me and Bae at Starbucks, this is me and Bae whatever. Like, when y'all break up, this is me by myself at Chipotle, this is me by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to know because I feel like people are invested in your relationship.
Because I do that with people that I follow.
Correct. I had a friend that I was following. She was dating a guy just a couple of months, and then they were taking like professional shoots during Thanksgiving, and I was like, y'all going real fast, but I'm invested in it. So constantly they're posting
the pictures cute.
And here she goes. She
I love it.
Long drawn out Facebook message with the scripture at the bottom, like, single, I'm doing me and all that.
And then the Lord will guide my way.
You done showed me everything. I need to know play by play. Did he cheat on you? Did you cheat on him? Did he move away? Like, I need to know every single thing. So it's just like, unless you're ready for strangers to be that into your life, then don't post everything. Because if you post, people are going to ask you questions. They're going to want follow up. So
they might want to try to slide in Bae's DM.
Limit your social media interaction.
Because they started drawing attention. Oh, they go this place and this place.
Oh, Bae buys her that. Oh, he's a good man. Right. Correct. No, don't do that.
All right, so we are running out of time, but real quick, I wanted you guys to mention your personal blogs as well, and then the District Queens blog as well.
Okay. Okay. I'm Joy, Enjoy Curves, joyofcurves.com, and our IG is District Queens.
I'm Tiffany, Policy and Fashion. Find me at policyandfashion.com and at Policy and Fashion on IG and Facebook.
I am Yaya, and I am the complicated one because my blog is called La Vida Dulce. It is LADULCE -D. Oh wait, I spelled it wrong. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's LAVIDA-DULCA.com.
Also known as Sweet Life.
Yes, Sweet Life in Spanish. And you can find me on Instagram. It's Yo Soy Yaya R. I say it's yo like your mama, soy like the milk, and then YAYAR.
Are you Spanish?
No.
Okay, but I know you get that question often.
I just love the Spanish culture.
Felt like I was in a midnight radio station.
Exactly right.
I know, right?
This Sweet Life.
I am Yasmin at Darker Berry. That's my Instagram, and it's Berry spelled with an I-E, not the Y. And my website is just darkerberry.com.
All right. So give the collective IG one more time.
District Queens.
It's at District Queens. Yep, all one word. And we would love to see you guys at our body positivity panel brunch discussion with District of Curves. April 15th, and see districtofcurves.com or the link in our IG post for more info.
Yes, and sidebar, I always try to show love to them. So District of Curves is amazeballs. What I didn't know is that as much for a forward movement as we have made with full-figured women in the fashion world, the men are like way underrepresented. So I always try to, bring that attention to things. So, but yes, please support District of Curves as well. So what's with you over there?
I say on they big guys.
They are underrepresented in the fashion world.
They my friends.
They are underrepresented. Whatever. They are underrepresented in the fashion world.
They are sexy when they dress.
We could be friends if they have employment.
Underrepresented is all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna show my love to my big brother.
Love big brothers.
And to Hill, thank you guys so much for joining us. And I hope that everyone follows your blog and the IG because it's amazeballs. And we'll do this again next week. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the What's Poppin' podcast on KYS.